Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my SCENIC video tutorials. In previous video, we built the gene regulatory network, underscored its activity in AU cell. So if you have very clear cell types in your dataset, the analysis is often enough for gene regulatory network analysis. But today I'm going to show you two optional steps. The first optional step is to binarize the network activity. The second optional step is to cluster the cells according to the gene regulatory network activity. So from previous analysis, we saved all the data in the int folder, and also we saved the result in the output folder. You can see we have the result from step 2 and step 3 analysis. We can have a look at all the output result after we finish the optional steps. So before we start the first optional step, let's have a look at the threshold from previous analysis and also show you how to adjust the threshold to binarize the network activity. So we saved the AUC cell threshold in previous analysis. You can see it is in the 3.5 AUC cell threshold information TSV file. Let's open this file, have a look. So you can see we have the threshold for each transcription factor. In this demonstration dataset, we have gene regulatory network for 6 transcription factors. You can see the threshold for DLX5 is 0.8, for TAF is 1.27. Threshold is used to determine the Regulon for each transcription factor is active or not in each cell. So we can use the SCENIC app to adjust the threshold for each transcription factors. So let's run the AUC's SCENIC app. So you can see the threshold for each transcription factor in different cell types. If you click this button, you can see we have 6 transcription factors here: DLX5, TET, SOX9, SOX10, IIF1, and STAT6. So here show the DLX5 threshold and also the AUC value. If you want to see another one, for example, the SOX9, you can just click SOX9. You can see now we change it to SOX9. The threshold for SOX9 is 0.129. In the first figure, the blue cells means that cells past the threshold. And here is the AUC value for SOX9 is 28G. And down here you can see expression in those cells, and also you can see different cell types in this dataset. If you are not happy with this threshold, you can adjust it. You can make it smaller. You can see if you make it smaller, there are more cells show SOX9 activities. If you make the threshold bigger, you can see less cells show SOX9 activity. So here, this line indicates the threshold. So if you are happy with this number, you can save the threshold. So now if we go back to look in R, you can see we replaced the SOX9 threshold. Previously it is 0.129. Now we changed it to 0.162. So I showed you how to adjust the threshold. Now we can run the first optional step to binarize the network activity. We just need to run the first step run SCENIC for AU cell binarize function. If we run this function, we will create the binarized regular activity matrix and save it into the SCENIC option object. As I said, you don't have to do this step if you have clear cell types, but this step is very useful, especially to reduce technical bias. For example, we always talk about the batch effect, the number of detected genes total counts. And this step is also very useful to group dataset by the origin of patients. It is also useful to compare dataset from different species. If you have looked at the inter folder, at the moment, we only have dataset from previous analysis. And also in the output folder, we have results from step 2 and step 3 analysis. So now we can run the first step to binarize the data. So through the first step analysis, we binarize the network activities. And you can see here, we generate 4 more datasets in the inter folder. So after we binarize the network activities, we can run the second optional step, that is connect the cells according to the gene regulatory network activity. So if you see in our inter folder, there's a dataset called SCENIC AUC 50 pieces and 30 perplexity. So from previous analysis, we already connected the cells, and we saved the cell connector from step 3 analysis. We can have a look from the result folder. So you can see we have a PDF file here from step 3. The name is Regulon activity SCENIC, colored by cell types. So let's have a look at the cell clusters. You can see here. So we have a SCENIC cell cluster here based on the Regulons with 50 PC and 30 perplexity. You can see we have 5 cell types here, and the microglia in green, astrocyte in purple. Here is the oligodendrocyte, and here are the interneurons. So here are pyramidal C1 neurons. You can see here from this demonstration dataset, different cell types are well separated with the default 50 PCs and 30 perplexity settings. But sometimes you may have a dataset with this default setting. The cells from each cluster may not be well separated. So we can connect the cells again and adjust the PC and the perplexity parameters. Then you can have a better SCENIC map to show your cell clusters. So this is the purpose we run the second optional step. So the first thing, you need to set the PC numbers. From the demonstration dataset, we are going to use PC as 5, because this dataset only contains 8 Regulons. There's no point for us to set higher PCs. But if you want to set different PC numbers for your dataset, here is the example to set PC as 5, 15, and 50. So let's set the MPC as 5 for the demonstration data. Now we can run the SCENIC AUC function to connect the cells based on the regular activity. So first, let's set the state to make sure the analysis is reproducible. So now we can run SCENIC AUC for this demonstration dataset. So the AUC type will be AUC, the NPC we set as 5. So here we use 3 different perplexity for the analysis, 5, 15, and 50. So if we run this code, it will generate 3 combinations. The combination will be 5PC perplexity 5, 5PC perplexity 15, then 5PC and perplexity 50. If you set 3PC here, you will have 9 combinations. So it will generate 9 files. Here, if we run this code, it will generate 3 files. So let's run the code first, because we named it as files. And also you can see from here, we add 3 RDS files in our inter folder. You can see it's SCENIC, AUC, 5PC, 5 perplexity, 5PC, 15 perplexity, 5PC, and 50 perplexity. We can have a look at the files name. You can see, so we have 3 files already showed here in the int folder. So now we can plot the cell clusters for each dataset. First, let's set the parameters to decide how we plot the figures. So we plot the figures in 2 rows, 3 columns. So let's set it. First, we can plot the 5PC 5 perplexity SCENIC figure. You can see that's the first one. Then second one, in the first row, we can plot the 15 perplexity. Then the third one will be 50 perplexity. If you like, you can also calculate the SCENIC using the high confidence Regulons. Here you just need to set the only high confidence argument as true, and we will give it a different file's name in the inter folder. Let's run this one for the high confidence Regulons. We named it as files again. Let's have a look at the files names. You can see we generated another 3 RDS dataset in the inter folder, and the files name were different from previous one. We added the OHC in the file's name from the high confidence Regulons. So we can plot the SCENIC in the second row. First one in the second row will be the 5 perplexity again. Then second one in second row is 15. Then the last one is 50. So now we can zoom in to have a look at the data. You can see the cell types from different PCs, different perplexities. You can clearly see both 5 PCs and 15 perplexity or 50 perplexity. The cell clusters are well separated. So depends on your dataset, you can set which one as your best SCENIC map for your cell types. So according to the demonstration dataset, they prefer use 5 PCs and 15 perplexity. So we can set the 5 PC and 15 perplexity as the default SCENIC map in the dataset. So to set the default SCENIC for the dataset, we can set the default SCENIC AUC type as AUC. Then the default PC DIMS will be 5, and the default perplexity is 15. So now we can save the SCENIC options object. This will save the data we analyzed in the optional step 1 to bioanalyze the network activity, and also our analysis in optional step 2 for the cell clustering analysis, and also we save the default t-SNE map as 5 PC and 15 perplexity. So let's save the data. So we can check if our default t-SNE map is the one that we saved. We can use print t-SNE file name for the SCENIC option object. If we print the t-SNE files, you can see the default t-SNE map will be 5 PC and 15 perplex RDS object. Because we set the plot parameters, so we can switch off our current settings. So in summary, in this video, I showed you how to adjust the Regulon activity for each transcription factor. And also, I showed you 2 optional steps. The first one is bioanalyze the network activity. The second one is to cluster the cells based on the Regulon activities. So I'm going to stop here for this video demonstration. In my next video, I'm going to show you how to explore and interpret the result. Once again, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't to do so. Thank you and see you next time.